Welcome back to today's video. So today I'm going to start by revising what I've learned in on chapter 5, because arrays, we know arrays, unions, they're going to be covered here, and functions type I can't be revising those, I know those. So we're going to be revising chapter 5 from level 5, just scanning through, and then we're going to start with tuples. So we have learned a lot while doing this wara wara. Okay, so this is day 5 of me learning TypeScript. I'm just going to go ahead and revise objects. Okay, so I learned something about type unions, so I'm just gonna look at them again. It's you have your types, and then you tag them, and then you create a tagged union. Okay, I think this is what it tells you. Just create tag that guy, and create another one, tag that guy too. Where is he going? Tag him, and then tag the union, and then it's going to require you to have these cases. So just tell TypeScript which shape you're going to use, or which type you're going to use. And like if you add another type here and you're not using the case in your function, it's going to tell you, it's going to return the function Alex ending return statement, and return type does not include undefined. So it's going to give you an error. So you need that extra case for this extra type that you have added in your tagged union or whatever. Okay, so that's that. Cool. So I'm just scanning through sets. Within I learned about sets. Sets are these things that carry unique values, and like the sets, like sets in maths, and I'm like a maths and computer science major, so yeah, we get them. Okay, just sets. They can only contain one type. Here it's a string, so you can't add a number. They are unique. They don't contain duplicates. So you can create a set from strings. So if like they are from arrays, man, if there was like an array this which has like three items, and then one item is duplicating, the set will remove the duplicate and just have two. Okay, and it will take the first one. As you see here, this one will be disregarded, as there's already plastic man in our map, in our set, man. Okay, these are the methods you can use. You have delete. Okay, firstly, you can create a set using the new keyword, capital letter set, and then you can use delete as for each to loop through your set, and then check the size of your set, which is like a property, not a function. To loop, you pass in one argument, which will be the particular item in the set, and then you just loop through as returns true or false. If the set has that thingy, if it doesn't, it will be false. If it does, it will be true. Delete, just delete that things from our set. Okay, we get it. We are so cooking. And then we learned about maps. And for maps, as you have seen with sets, you can use an array to create a set. Here you can use a two-dimensional array to create a map. Okay, so a map has a key value. So you pass in that the key is going to be a string, and then the value is going to be a number, like this. Okay, you've created your map. Key, value, string, number. If you do this is a boolean, it's gonna throw an error. This is a number, it's gonna throw an error. Okay, we get it. So yeah, I think we're just doing some sort of destructuring. This will be the key, this will be the value of. So like when you want to like loop over a map, iterate of a map, you can just use this destructuring syntax. Okay, this will be the key, this will be your value, and then print that as that. So you can use get key to get the value. I think, yeah, we have other methods like delete. There, you can delete. You can also you check if your map has that key get, as I've described here. Okay, there it is, as like returns boolean as before. Delete, just delete this, that. Okay, where's the size? Seems like they didn't say anything about the size of the map here. Okay, but I'm guessing it should have like a size, give you the length of your map. And then we learned about dynamic keys. Okay, uh, uh, okay, dynamic keys. If I remember, sometimes you want to know all object property names in advance. Yeah, for example, say you're building a customer management system where employees can add custom key value pairs to custom records of this key value pair. So like you want to do something like this, the saying that your object will have any number of string number pairs. That's what it says. This says this can have any number of only number of string as key and number as field pairs. So this will be okay, and this is string, so it will not be okay. Yeah, this object is indeed of type user matrix. Yes, still remember this. And then we learned about default dynamic properties. It looks very similar to this, but here we're saying it can have any number. Here, if I remember correctly, it's saying this is required, but we can have like any number of extra string pairs. If you're concerned, okay, let's see. So there's this seemingly weird but useful thing that you'll see in the world. If what you're concerned about is which types are allowed in the object, you might wonder. Emails are even there. After all, you can specify any string with pairs in this type, right? Okay, use the syntax to require certain properties. In this case, email types of says the object must have email and password property. Yes, the object must have email and password, but it can have any number of string pair. Okay, it can have any number of the additional string properties. As an example, this is just saying that you can have any number of string number, string boolean pairs. The object must have an email. Yeah, it should have this no question asked, and a property, but it can have any number of additional string number or boolean properties. I'd strongly advise over using this pattern. Only use keys like you just use this if like something is optional. This just seems this can like have issues. Like use the this if something is like optional and something like that. Okay, property key, it's loading. I guess we wait for it to load. This rise says slow Wi-Fi. I don't know what's going on. Okay, property key, if I remember, it is type string number symbol. So here, instead of putting in string, you can put property key to say that it can be a string key or number key or symbol key, because like an object key can be string, number, or a symbol. Like that's if I remember correctly. So we can allow number single key. You have to do like this. Key property key. Yeah, this is saying that a key can be a symbol, a string, or a number. Yeah, any number of those combination, and then the value can be anything. Yeah, it can be a string, number, whatever. Okay, get that. Still remember that. Read only modifier. Okay, read only is just saying you cannot reassign this x. Okay, you just can read only from it. You can't do this. Okay. As const and object.freeze. Okay, this was very, very interesting. As const is like compile time. If like you use as const like here in an array, you cannot reassign this, so you will get a compile time error if you try to do this. Try to mutate the array, you get a compile time error. It works with objects too. Okay, you can use it. Where do you use it? I think you use it at the end before your colon, your comma, whatever it's called. Yeah, you use it here, and then everything is freezed. Okay, you can't mutate it to give you a runtime error. Even admins.daniel, you can't change that. Admins.johnny error, you cannot reassign this. But then there's object.freeze, which is runtime, and it only freezes the top level. So like here, admins.johnny, you can mutate that, but api.url, you cannot mutate that. So I guess features. Let's say features.push. This is fine because array is not frozen. Yeah, I guess like an array like X X is an like X like this is an object. This is like not top level. This is like maybe array dot index 1. I guess like it goes like one level deeper, because I guess it's not top level, because I was thinking when I first read that it should be frozen too, but no. It's not top level, so it's not frozen. Here only you can't mutate API URL. Error. This is fine. This is also fine. Yeah, because it's what? Yeah, it's features.push. Yeah, you can mutate that. This and this is fine. Object and arrays are fine to mutate there. And object.freeze is runtime, so you get a runtime error. And then the sconst is a compile time thingy. So satisfies like the example was with string literals, is that there's something to do with inferring. If you have like an object like this, these things are inferred as this, this, I think. No, wait, classic. Okay, using type inference, fixable but might miss errors. If you have this object, let's say, to get around this, we can use this. Okay, this will throw yellow is not in color map. Guess I don't remember satisfies very well. Yeah, you see, like it has something to do with inferring. If you do satisfies color map, error yellow, yeah, this will have an error, but it has an advantage when inferring. It will infer to a string literal, so it will have a type ff000. Okay, you get it. But this will have type string. Yeah, it's not using satisfy, so this will have type string, and this will have type this string literal. Let's read. This satisfy operator gives you the best of both worlds. The troubles, because our color map type uses string for values, and we lose more specific literal value type information. Anyways, sorry. Function overload. Just saving, just doing this and saying like you can pass to this function only the object and it will still work, or you pass in everything, it will still work. If you pass in 2, it will not work. It's just overriding, bro. It is just overloading. Overriding is runtime. It's when like maybe you in OOP wara. Let me not explain. So we are done, and on to today's topic. So spent like 10 minutes. Doing revision, and we're going to spend like 20 doing tuples, because I don't think it's a lot. It's just 7, bro. It's just 7. I'm gonna finish very, very soon. So what is a tuple? Tuples. Okay, a tuple is a special kind of an array which each position has a specific known type. Okay. Oh, I've seen tuples. Okay, so it's a special type of array where each position has a specific known type. Okay. This array defined like this is a tuple. It can only take in string number in this order. The existence of tuples in JavaScript has me using them where I never have used an array in JavaScript. The fact that the length is fixed, you can't add anything, and the type of index is known, makes them much more safe to use for email collection, for small collections. Be explicit with tuples. You need to provide explicit typings with tuple. This is a tuple. Yes, you do it like this, and like you pass them in this order. But if we remove the type, it's inferred. If you remove this type, it will be inferred as an array which can take in string and number. So you can just pass in them in any order, then they will work. It will be with a. You can do this with a. You can do this. But with tuple, TypeScript provides an error, which is probably what you want. So always explicitly type your tuples. Okay, const name and age. So that's the tuple. Type string is not assignable to a type number. Okay, yeah, there you can reassign or reassigning 24 because it's just an array, but here this thing is not assignable to the type number, so it has fixed type at that index. Yeah, that's tuples for you. Assignment. Support AI is adding support tickets automation. We need each ticket to be a sequence of data types. Complete the create ticket function. It takes a private ticket number and comment string as input and returns a tuple. Okay, return a tuple with the following in this order. Increment the previous ticket, the comment, a boolean for if the comment contains the word critical, case sensitive, case insensitive. Okay. So back to programming. So we're just gonna create a folder called tuples and check what's the name of first lesson. Just gonna say tuple.ts. So a function whose declare type is neither. Okay, we need to turn off copilot because it's gonna write the code for us, which we do not want. Disable and restart the extension. How am I gonna learn if copilot you're gonna write the code for me? Okay, so we're gonna return a tuple. I'm gonna return. Do we create the table? The tuple is fixed, so we just need to return is. Do we need to create a tuple? Wait, do we need to create a tuple? So let's see. Okay, doing const. Okay, const results. Just do this. Just trying things out there. This will be okay. First two to be a number in this order. String and boolean. No, okay, we'll figure things out. Okay, so we'll have this will be prev ticket, this will be comment, and this will be check if comment dot can use that includes great, that includes should include critical. What does case insensitivity mean? Case insensitive, so in any case, if it includes that comment that includes that, maybe we should turn it to lower. Yeah, property includes that don't exist on type locales. This just to lower. This one, does it exist in this one? Okay, okay, whatever. And then we'll have what are we supposed to do? A boolean for if the comment contains the word okay. If it doesn't, to be first. No, yeah. Then return. Let's see. Return rest. Wait. What are we doing? Wait. Wait. We'll see. She need to relax. Okay. Boolean if that contain the word critical. Should have like another variable. Just have another variable contain. If includes, then contains true. Do we need? I think we need to like make comments. Comment. If you go to comment dot to lowercase. Okay. Comment dot lowercase. Isn't a string? String is not to lowercase. We're just turning it to lowercase. You call those so what? Wait. Let me just try to. Well, this will work, right? That includes critical and then contains true, and then contains contains. But if it's false, then what's up? Okay, so wait. Contains. There's no such thing called contains. Okay, it's declared yes, so it only exists here. So we can do, yeah, contain equals to true. You just take it outside. Contains. Okay. Let's just else. Okay, contains starts as false. False. Yeah. Okay. Just go ahead and test. I think we need to like make the comment lowercase first. You see, so I'm missing. This will be false. 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 True. See, we need to turn it to lowercase first because this in our code will return false. So how do I turn comment to lowercase? Because like it can have like lowercase, like anyway the R can be a lowercase, so we just need a way to like make it lowercase. That includes critical. What is wrong with .locally string locally lowercase 2? Why? What's this? Okay, let's do critical. You will see that you can't be compared with a string. This comparison is no overlap. Okay, what is wrong? How do I like turn this string to? How do I turn it to a lowercase or an uppercase? I'm sure uppercase even has like this thing. Yeah, even uppercase has a fucking thingy. It doesn't convert to all of I don't know another way of converting. Okay, they didn't give us a hint and we can't read the solution. So what do? Switch on Copilot. Let me just switch on Copilot and see what it says, because I don't know how. Like, can't we just? Oh, come on, Copilot, wakey. Okay, let's just wait for Copilot. Because like, how am I supposed to like string dot includes will be case sensitive. If it's lowercase, it will not work. And Copilot is rather slow because like my Wi-Fi is slow too. Yo. Oh, it's a method. Okay. Oh my god, bro. Oh, it's a method. It's not a pro. Yeah. Yikes. Yikes. Okay. Okay. Yep. That's that. Yo. Yeah, man. It's tough. Taking in a what? Okay, so our method takes in previous ticket. Okay, increment the prev ticket. Okay. Can we just do? We can't. increment before use. Like obviously, like I knew it's some sort of method, but just that when you're in the moment and stuff, it's just Copilot, you were of no use. Get out of here. Get out of here, Copilot. Copilot, get out. Get the F out. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to pass in a string, man. I'm not passing in that. I'm not passing in that. Let's see if our tuple will be created. It's not an array, it's a tuple. Okay. False. Okay, it returned false, guys. Is it false? It's supposed to return true. What happened? Initially, if it's true, but if no, dot include we turn that to this and then do this. And then to be true. Yeah, this is our tuple. This video is gonna be long because I spent a lot of time still arguing with myself over something silly. Let's just move. We get it. Read only. Okay, so tuples in TypeScript are still arrays under the hood. So counterintuitively, wow, I read this without stuttering. Improving. You can still push them to them and pop from them. This is a bit of a gotcha. Tuples in most languages are fixed lengths. Getting out immutable by Python is a set state of affairs. Getting out immutable by Python is a state of affairs. Python mentioned name image development push. Wait a minute, what is going on? No, don't do that. So you still need to be careful about the line array lists. That is, unless you use read-only tuples, which is really the only way to use tuples. Yeah, you need to do this. Error property does not exist on. Okay, much better. Okay, so yeah, it was like reassign, because obviously you can't reassign to this index. This index will be reserved for a string, so you can't reassign anything else. But can you reassign a string there? Yeah, I think you can reassign a string. Let's see what they were trying to do. They got an error here. Wait, they were trying to reassign here where it's supposed to be a number. Wait, no, this can work. They were trying to reassign here where it's supposed to be a number, and no. But if they assigned at 0, it was gonna work. Okay, because the tuples are reassignable, but tuples are supposed to not change. So we need to use read only. Much better. I use read only anytime I possibly can. It's kind of like using const overlet whenever possible. However, keep in mind that read only is a TypeScript specific, which means it's enforced at compile time, but at runtime, like const at runtime, but not at that time like const is. Okay, yeah, const like persist even at runtime, but tuples, if you use read only at compile time, your code can't be changing there, but at runtime, if something mutates, it's gonna mutate, because the JavaScript is gonna be running. I don't know. The ticket tuple now is effort property. Okay, there's a effort property. The effort property resolved a boolean indicating whether the ticket has been resolved. Fix the result function in texting and inputting a tuple onto turns and you'll resolve ticket. Run the code and see the error. Update the resolve function. Update the resolve function to instead return a new copy instead of trying to modify the original. Okay, number string. Okay, ticket of type ticket. Okay, read only. So this is the type of a tuple. Ticket, we're trying to change a tuple. So nope. So we just need to create a copy, but it will be that copy. wouldn't it? Other code is update the function to instead return a new copy instead of trying to modify the original. Okay, so we just need to return a new copy. Where type has the fourth property, a boolean indicating whether the ticket has been resolved. So let's see. Down the tiers, so you can't do this. So we want to, so like I'm guessing now to be false, and I want to change it to true, and you can't do it like this. So we need to get a copy. Copy. So if we do this, it will be referencing to the same ticket. So let's see. This is referencing to the same ticket, right? Yeah, it's referencing to the same ticket. No, even if it's like new, it's like a ticket that is so we create a new ticket and access the veil. Okay, let's just create a new copy, access those new copy like this. Oh, it's not equal to ticket. Yeah, this, no, wait, what? And here we just do the first one, the ticket. This third one, and then here we just do true. Okay, so yeah, then return the copy. I know there's a better way of doing this, okay, but if it works, it works, and we're not looking for better here, we're looking for what works. Import, so be the import, we just change the last one to false, keeping the original, how do you what happened? No. Okay, what am I doing? Hey, what is going on? You can console log VS Code. So do resolve tickets and then we'll pass in the tuple. And then we'll pass in the tuple. It's a tuple. So we'll get, see. Yeah, we get it with true. The way of copying it though, can we do, no. How do we copy the first three? I'm just experimenting stuff here. Can we do, yeah, no. Like if it was the last one. To work if it was the last one. Here we just, no. To be inside, so wait, no. This would work, but how to copy how to copy 3. Oh, we can put, let's see. Nope, can't do that either. Because it will be 4 already and they will be adding the 5th one. Yeah, this would work if we had, let me just check if I'm right. Yeah, this would work. We've added the 5th one. How to get only 3 like this? How do you get only 3? Suppose this gotta be a way, right? to get only 3. No, you can't do this. Oh. No, not like this. 3. No. Okay. Anyways, tried. So there's like no better way of like copying. Not all. I'm sure there's supposed to be a better way. Okay, let's just move on. Okay, I want to do a lot of thinking. Tuples versus objects. So why would you have to use a tuple instead of an object? For example, return. Okay, so function returns a tuple. So here that returns a tuple of coordinates. Okay, instead of this, return an object of coordinates. Yeah, objects seem nicer because you have light and long, which you can use to like when you are pretend. So to be honest, personally, I'd use the object in this case. Yeah, me too in this case, because you have like extra thing you can use as reference and whatever. In the case of latitude and longitude, we are personally most opt for tuple when ordering matters. Tuples are symmetrically ordered objects are not. Yeah, symmetrically ordered, and objects are not. For example, I would probably model the distances of segments in a path as a tuple. Okay, yeah, if you want like something instead of an object, if you want something like ordered and it says it's that and can read only whatever, yeah, use a tuple. But for now, I'm not thinking of any use case of a tuple, but that's that. For which would a tuple make the most sense? A collection of file names? Nope. A collection of database column names? Nope. A collection of lanes empty card? Nope. A collection of LLVM input tokens? The input tokens need to be in order. Collection of lanes MTG cards. Collection of column names, database column names. They're not in order, they're just column names. Collection of file names. Maybe a collection of LLVM input tokens need to be in order. Destructuring tuples. Okay, I think this is what I was looking for. Times and tuples are useful when you want to return multiple values from a function, which is possible in just JavaScript, but you don't want to create a new object type. Just do so. A tuple along with this section say any way to return positional data. Get name, full name string, returns a tuple. Parts dot split, full name dot split, then return. Yeah, this is what I used there, and I didn't like what I get. And then you can destructure it like this. Wait. Wow. So you're telling me I could have said, let's see. Nope. That's a tuple. No. Instead, destructuring, there's nothing stopping you from destructuring network tuples and objects all at once. Use this example, do segregation, and then use the user data, type user data with address, agon, and then to have like an object, which is a tuple, and then you do this, city and the country. Yeah, you do this. Yeah. Okay. What values is logged in the second example? What value is logged in the second example? Also log city. This will be minus 3, right? Godono, city, nope. Aragon, no. Yeah, it will be just minus 3, right? Name the tuples. To be fair, position-based access isn't very descriptive. Likely you can label tuple as a tuple element, sometimes called named tuple. So instead of this, you can do this. Labels make your code more self-documenting. You might hear people say there's no such thing as a self-documenting code. Those people are just mad because they write terrible code. If you name things well and keep things simple, you will need comments occasionally, but you won't need them as often. Okay, when you override a variable in your editor, you'll see names instead of just positions. Okay, your editor just default get user is of type user data labels returns this. No, it's just a return. It's returning something of this. It's a tuple of this. When you have a okay, the both are just documentation. Okay, they're just for documentation. Labels are quite literally just names for the TypeScript tooling. They don't change how the variables are accessed. Say I've named tuple like this string age people event, and then I try to display in reverse order. Yeah, the environment I choose, the variable names I choose when discussing, they don't matter, only positions too. Assignment: the format ticket function accepts a ticket tuple and returns a formatted string describing it. So don't touch code above this line. Okay, it's taking a tuple with an ID comment level, destructure the thingy, and then return this. Yeah, what am I supposed to do? And the code is just the filling case. Where is it filling? Okay, so yeah, you have to like make the positions. It should be ID comment and level. Okay, the comments. Okay, so you have to destructure. If you name, you have to destructure in this order too. It's nice. Optional elements in tuples. Like object parts, you can make tuple elements optional with the modifier. HTTP response, and then this error will be optional. Then this is okay. This is okay. Optional values are last, obviously, similar to optional function parameters. All required elements must come before optional elements. This does not work, yeah, but this does, yeah, because they're both optional. Option types are potentially undefined. Yes, they are of string. They are union of string / undefined. Yeah, they are union of string or undefined. Optional types are potentially undefined. All possible elements are automatically unioned as undefined. Yeah. So this will be of type, yeah, string or undefined. Yep. Personally, when I have a bunch of optional properties, I prefer to use an object type most of the time. I'm less worried about the length check, such with objects requirements. How the code is and say the error fixed bug, the number. Say bug here. Required element one for optional comment, then label string. Yeah, we have like an optional at first, so we just need to make it last. If the ID fixed ID, the ID number and comment string should be required. Okay, we just remove this. While bubble should be optional. Okay, and then add the question mark here. Fix the format element should always print an ID because it's required, but label, and then you change this. Just put an ID and then add this syntax of asking if the bubble is there. If it's there, print the bubble. If it's not, an empty string. Okay. Tuple REST elements. TypeScript allow tuple to have variable number of elements of a specific type using REST elements. This is nice. Okay, allows tuples to have a variable number of elements of a specific type using REST elements. This is nice when you want a tuple to have a fixed length beginning but a flexible length ending. A tuple with the REST element. Okay, so yeah, okay, so this tuple can have a number, so it can have string and any number of numbers. Yeah, it can have like one, it should have one string and any number of numbers. This idea is flexible of honestly barely feels like tuple to me. It feels like arrays with some type of constraints, but I digress. One great use case for the rest elements will be to model a command line argument pattern. Then name string args string. We just did number, we didn't do args or whatever. Okay, this will have should have a string and any number of strings. So this would like function that handles command should return the command name, I guess, and then any number of arguments, command executing arguments, and then we join them using comma. Okay, it says I need command string, but anything after is optional. Pretty much need remember the whole point of a great type system, if more accurately and narrow model and valid state program. Elements, private tokens, and understand inputs and generate outputs. Okay, they're kind of like words, and for the sake of this lesson, we just assume they are. Complete the tokenized function. It takes in an input string and returns a number. Okay, it takes in an input string and returns number string tuple, where the first element is the concept of the second. Split the input by spaces to form elements of token. So it takes calculate the cost of this by dividing the number of words by 100. Tip is a tip. Display. That's a tip. Okay, complete token function takes in input as a string and returns a number string tuple with the first element where the this needs some coding, and then I'm tired. I still need to go study. Need to do maths after this. Who indents with 2 spaces? 4 is the right number. Okay, so we have like a string, so we need to should we just do a tuple of the tuple function that returns a number. Okay, where like number is the number of, calculate the cost the tokens by dividing the number of words by 100. Okay, we'll divide the number of words by 100, whatever. Okay, so it will have number and dot args the string number of words divided by 100. Okay, so this will be input dot length divided by 100, I guess. And then will this be as in int? Okay, yeah, it returns a number. No, it's the number of the array, man. Number of words. So this is wrong. So it's to just go const array equals to input dot split, then we're input dot split, and then we're splitting by spaces that, so we need the array, the length of the array. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's that, and then we just need to pass in the do we have to pass it like this? What about like this? Oh, like that works. Okay, and then we're gonna return the expected tuple. We're returning the expected tuple. Shut up, when while we're returning that, then we'll return the expected tuple. Let's just go ahead and tokenize, and then input. Dude, you've got a tattoo. No, I hate tattoos. Ha 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 ha. Okay, sorry. Okay, dude, you got a tattoo. Yo, okay, how many should it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I guess this is it. Let's just see. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so this will be the end of today's video. I'm too tired. I still need to do proofs now. Yeah, this was fun. Because we divided by 100, we got this value. And then, dude, you got a tattoo, whatever. Okay, so, guys, this will be today, the end of today's video. I shall see you guys on the next one.